Germany, the presence of the Jew was constantly felt by the broad masses, delivered in greater numbers than the whole people had an inner instinctive aversion to him among all classes. But most of all, the peasant, the worker, and the honest petty bourgeois, on the other hand, were part of our own aristocracy and a certain circle of merchants to whom money and gold, everything were the most quickly corrupted. But political contamination was already more difficult because of the large number of Jews and the consequent aversion of the mass of our people. The difficulty was increased by a form of government which did not place ultimate authority in the hands of a weak-willed and irresponsible so-called majority, but which was traditionally shed in a personal acts. The monarchy at that time, the Jew had to admit to himself that in these countries the resurrection of an enlightened despotism would by no means be impossible. There were three powerful factors at the disposal of the head of state: the army with a huge, wonderfully well-coordinated officer corps, the body of civil servants with its enormous apparatus of completely beautiful officials, and a great broad mass of people who were inwardly still free from any poison. And if we add to this the fact that at that time the national intelligent Germany was still almost exclusively predominant, that even wholesale trade was still in German hands, that above all the young flourish of rich industry was of German origin and German ownership, and that further the enormous peasantry, the last reservoir of a nation's strength, was still completely uncontaminated and healthy, we understand the following consideration of the Jewish people, who at that time were gaining political equality when through industrialization a new fourth estate is formed in the cities. There is a danger that this fourth estate will fraternize with the monarchy, and that on this basis a people's kingdom or people's empire will come about willing and ready to deal the death blow to the international financial powers. Therein lay a grave danger for Jewry if the broad mass of the then forming labor force had come into international hands and had to seize the nation as a true social catalyst, and the liberation of the individual estates had taken place organically, step by step, and if the state form had later been based on this than what many hoped for, on November 9th, 1918 would have come about a natural social state, for socialism is such as anything but an international creation as a noble